we are. Like I said, it's almost like I predicted that this was going to happen. But I don't even want to be here. If it was up to me, I'd be sleeping like a baby right now. But I'm not. So we have to move forward. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But yeah, I woke up at, I think I went to sleep at like 9 a.m. No, 9 p.m.-ish. Was it 9 or was it 9:30? I don't remember. And I was like super tired. Like I fell asleep instantly. And then I woke up at 1 a.m. like literally 4 hours later, just like I predicted. God, I'm so intelligent. But like, okay, listen, if I was tired, like, I would go back to bed, but I can't. I'm not tired anymore. That was a nap. I mean, I think you're splitting hairs at that point. All that matters is that I try my best to get up at 8 o'clock, like I'm supposed to. I think what I'll do is I mean, I'm probably high alpha, although I'm probably gonna, knowing my body, I'm probably gonna be sleepy at like 4 a.m. and then I'm gonna have to go to sleep and get another 4-hour nap in. Then hopefully I can wake up at like 8 a.m. And I want to go buy some groceries, and then also buy some groceries and then go to the post office. Sorry, did you miss last week? No, you're good. You're glad. I'm glad I can do this too. You know, so I wanted to mix things up again, but like, I don't know. I'm almost a bit hesitant to use my 3DO nowadays because I just know that like every time I use my 3DO and I use a lot of lotion, I just get a crap ton of like dead skin coming off of my hands, and it's very unpleasant. Like, it's actually insane. I think it's dead skin. I'm not entirely sure what exactly it is, but I don't know what else it could be. And plus, I do think, again, that my Rode sounds better. I think my Rode is more detailed than my 3DO anyway. Yeah, so I don't mind it. I should, like, I don't know, maybe we'll try it again next stream. Hi, Junkie, hello. I think if I use the 3DO again, I'm gonna just not, like, use a lot. I'm gonna go, like, light on the lotion, even though you can't make, like, the best, in my opinion, the best ASMR sounds if you don't use a lot of lotion. I just don't really like the feeling of lathering myself completely with lotion. It just feels gross. You know, on top of the dead skin thing I talked about earlier. So, if I do it again, we're just gonna go light and make, like, you know, we'll make, like, somewhat good sounds, but I'm not gonna go off the deep end and, like, literally cover my hands in lotion like all the other streamers do. It's too nasty. Yeah, but also, like, I don't know. I know you guys can literally hear every sound I'm making, including when I swallow, or like, you can definitely hear the sound of my computer fan right outside. But I guess, like, when you do this kind of ASMR, like the super sensitive whisper streams, I guess, like people that usually watch this kind of come to expect it. Like, if I were to turn on my noise suppression, then you wouldn't be able to hear me whisper. I've actually been thinking about buying it's totally unnecessary, but I was briefly looking back on it again. You can really hear I don't know if I like that, but again, I guess that's part of the experience. Like, I guess I just need to try my best not to like let my saliva build up. But anyways, okay. Oh god, I'm gonna open Amazon and it's gonna make a bunch of noise. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so like, for those of you that don't know, the felt, like right now, when I'm not using my 3DO, I use a Rode NT1 5th generation, and that is usually seen as like a very, like I think it's like, right now I think it's like $300, I want to say. Let me double check. Yeah, oh no, it's not even, it's freaking, well, it's only $140. Oh, wow. Wait, is it? This is not the same one, hold on. But anyways, I think, like, people kind of agree that, like, at its price point, it's, like, a really good microphone. Oh, wait, wow, the 5th gen Rode NT1 is sold out. Okay, yeah, it's like a $230 mic. I think that sounds about right. That sounds like about what I remember it to be. But like, for $230, it like has like a lot of detail and it's super sensitive. Hi, Goose Parade. Hello. Hello. But like I've been trying to think of things to spend money on. And I've been trying to think of like frivolous things. One of the things that I could buy is okay, so my mic is $200, right? $230 just about. The condenser mic, like to end all condenser mics. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's this company called Newman that produces like super high quality audio equipment. And there's this mic called the Newman DLM-103, and it's a condenser mic just like the Rode is, so it's super sensitive. But this mic costs $1,300. And like this, I could make the argument that I could kind of sort of justify buying the 3DO because I didn't have a 3DO, so it was letting me do something I could never do in the first place. But like this microphone is like, it's basically 6 times the cost of my current mic. And it might be like 5, maybe like 10-20% more detailed, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. It's definitely not worth it. And obviously it's not worth it, but like, a lot of people, like, wouldn't you think that the people that listen to ASMR regularly, like, are more likely to be audiophiles than regular people, right? Like, these are people that spend their time listening to things in their free time. So, like, I would think that they, like, more so than an average person, like, have a better ability to pick up on, like, fine details. Hi, MLDLO. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like, I think I'm gonna have to like watch some videos of like, I'm sure there's some comparisons of like the TLM 103 or the other 103 versus the Rode. I'm sure there's some YouTube videos I can watch, but like, I don't know, part of me thinks like, usually the things that cost over $1,000, like, they have sort of like a wow factor, but they're generally not worth it compared to like the $200 price point. We'll have to see. I'm gonna watch some videos after stream, and if I like think they're like super realistic sounding, or like if I think like the details consider buying one. But, like, again, that would be kind of a huge waste of money. Okay, I'm gonna read this verbatim because I don't want to, like, get this wrong. I hope this doesn't come off as rude or anything, but I'm hoping that I might be your friend. Now, I have no expectation of a yes, because I'm a new viewer, but that's another spontaneous friendship taught me. Fortune favors the bold. So, I don't, there's really not any, like, comfy way of saying this, but I don't really, in any form or fashion, engage in, like, that, I guess, like, relationship labels with my viewers. No, that's not to say that, like, I don't enjoy your guys' company, or I don't think you guys are cool people, or anything like that, but, like, how do I put this? I think when you call someone your friend, or anything like that, it kind of, there's a commitment there, right? Like, for example, with my friends, if they message me that they're having a bad day and they want to talk about something, I'll, like, put aside time to listen to them rant or stuff like that. Like, I'll give them emotional support. Or if they want to play video games, you know, I might play video games with them, but it's like, there's just too many people, and it would be too, like, subjective for me to really, like, I don't know, selectively, like, try to befriend my viewers in that sense. So, yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but that's kind of how to, like, I summarize it. Like, so to answer your question, I can't be your friend, not because, like, I think, you know, I have anything against you, but I don't want to, like, get your hopes up, or I don't want to give that expectation to anybody else that watches me regularly. Like, but also, like, even outside of that, I'm, like, a super busy individual, and, like, I barely have enough time to hang out with the friends I already do have. Sorry. And that also brings up, like, kind of another good point that I wanted to bring up. Like, I brought this up after the last stream, but, like, again, I really, 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 really appreciate everyone here, and I'm so happy and, like, privileged that you guys, like, spend your time with me. But, like, you shouldn't, like, how do I put this? You shouldn't come to rely on me for anything. Like, for lack of better words, you shouldn't build, like, any kind of, like, emotional attachment to me, because, like, not that this is gonna happen, but, like, it's fully within my, like, power to just, like, never stream again. Like, this could be my last stream. It's not gonna be my last stream, but hypothetically speaking, it could be. And, like, I don't want anyone to, like, get sad or anything like that I'm missing if I just decide I don't want to stream anymore, you know? So, like, I really, really, like, stop yourself from, like, becoming, like, emotionally invested in me or any other streamer for that point. And, like, I want to do things, like, I want to play video games with you guys, and I want to watch videos with you guys, and, like, you know, anime night and hang out with you guys, but, like, when it comes to my personal time, I don't know. Melty, you're a pro. What do you, like, what's your perspective on that situation? I'm sure you've had to, like, talk about this a few times. But that all being said, Alvin, I'm flattered. I would also say, though, that, like, that kind of request, you should probably not, like, ask that kind of like in a public setting. Like in this case, I think it would have been better for you to like DM me on Discord or something. You don't want to like put someone on the spot in public. You think friendship comes after proving trust? Okay. So are you saying you're not like inherently against like relationships with your viewers? I don't know. I think, well, like obviously the reality is like just like anything else. Like I have a preference when it comes to people, and like okay, let's say hypothetically that like I did entertain the idea that like I would like become friends with viewers. Well, like it's kind of like the same thing in real life, right? Like if I go out on the street, I can't just like pick every single person I walk by and like, how do I put this? Like, okay, to me, now I know some people have like a very casual like definition of what it means to be friends, but like especially when it comes to streaming, I don't like to use that label lightly. I think trust comes after friendships are established. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. Like, I think you choose to befriend someone after you've like judged their character well. I mean, okay, well, like, oh god, this is like such a complicated discussion. But like, first off, like, there's no like moment that you become friends with someone. Like, it's not like a contract, right? It's not like one day you and this person sign a contract that you're friends or something. Like when true friendships, you never actually like say like, oh, we're friends now. It's just something that you know in your heart, right? Does that make sense? So like to ask someone to be their friend is already sort of like an odd thing. Not to like put anyone down, but like that's just not a very like natural sounding thing. But anyways, yeah, like usually it's a bit like, or not usually, like most of the time it's a lot more subtle than that, than like being really explicit about it. Like, you know, you might like hang out with each other more, and then at some point, you know, you just like kind of organize them in your head as your friend. But anyways, that's to say that I think when you meet someone, you like kind of judge like I wouldn't befriend someone unless like I thought they had a good character first. But also not only that, like anyone can be nice, right? But like like going back to what I said about how like you can't, like in real terms, you can't be friends with everyone. You can be like cordial with everyone, you can be like professional with everyone, but like for example, like all my friends, all the people I consider my friends can make me laugh. And like that, to me, in my friendships, the most important thing is like the very specific sense of humor that I think I share with my friends. At least like my super close friends. And like, you know, obviously not every single person in the world can make me laugh, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is, right? Like, how do I put this? Like, you're not gonna be compatible with, like, if actually, I honestly think if you take like 10 people, if you're lucky, one of them would be a good friend, like in terms of your compatibility. All 10 of them might be like completely nice people. But like, you know, a friendship is built on way more than just like being nice to each other. Like, you have to genuinely find each other entertaining, at least in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, back to like the earlier point. Yeah, so I think you kind of like feel each other out, and like, I don't know, like it's just so like convoluted. Like I said, there's not like this certain point in time where you're just friends. It's like it's like unspoken, you just like know it. And like, but the other thing is like, that's like, I don't know, like most people that become friends, they don't actually ever like say it to each other, I feel. I think like, anyways, I think to become friends, there's like a baseline amount of trust that you have in each other. Like, you know, I'm not gonna befriend someone that I think, you know, I'm not gonna befriend someone that I think is like slimy or something like that. And then like, kind of, like past that point, like if I think they have a good character and I find them like interesting, then, you know, we might hang out, and that's when you like really develop like the really deep trust where it's like I have friends that I would die for kind of thing. And I'm sure like everyone has something like that. Or I would like to think everyone has, or not, maybe not everyone, but like, you know, people that have close friends, like generally speaking, like they're pretty important to you, and that's because you have like a deep trust with them. Like I have friends that I would like trust my life with. It took you 4 years to realize your best friend is your best friend. Meanwhile, my brain will declare bestie status on a guy I met 1 month ago. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like that, just to empathize with you. I'm also someone that like, you know, maybe this isn't you, but personally, I like can become quickly attached to people if I like really like them as people, like as a person. And like that's another thing, right? Like, so we're talking about like what it means to be a friend, like, and like as you're seeing, our definitions of friendship are obviously different. And like that's another thing that like you kind of have to, like, that's just another compatibility thing. Like that idea of friendship is completely subjective. And like part of finding like good friends, or not good friends, or like compatible friends, is finding people who see eye to eye with you on that like topic, or that like, I guess, definition. But like, okay, anyways, yeah, like, it's just that all being said, it's completely possible that like, you know, I would find people in my community that I genuinely like, in other words, if I met them in real life, that we would become friends, but like, I don't want to even like dive down that like slippery slope, right? Because I don't want to like, I don't want to show favoritism or anything to any of my viewers. So it's just like, even though it's like unfortunate, it's a lot easier for me to just set a boundary that like I'm not gonna like try to become personally involved with any of my viewers. I mean, another thing is like I don't want my chats to feel like that, like, for example, I read someone else's chats more than someone else's, like, and I certainly don't want people to start thinking like, oh, you know, like Val is friends with this viewer, and like that's why they always talk with them more, you know. I remember that video essay about obsession. You don't like the person, you like the idea of that person. It's not how all relationships start. I don't know about that. I think ideally you should base, I mean, you know, up to a certain extent, like you should base the vast majority of your like understandings about a certain person about like how they actually act. Like, you don't want to like build like a character in your head that's not actually the person in front of you. Which is like, okay, and then that's another thing, like, sorry, I don't want me to like shatter anyone's like, you know, like this conversation isn't like the most comfy thing ever, but I think it does need to be said. Like, now, me personally, I am like, I don't really, for the most part, like I am like, I would say like, I'm pretty similar to how I would act in like in person if we met, hypothetically speaking. Like, the way I talk to you guys is really, like, pretty close to, for example, how I talk with my coworkers. But I will tell you right now that, like, the way I talk to you guys is still a bit different. It's still a bit different than, like, how I, like how I behave around my closest friends. Like, around my closest friends, I'm a little bit more rambunctious. No, you're fine, Alvin. Like, we're just having a discussion. But I just wanted to, like, reiterate, like, my policy on that. Like, I don't, like, it's just, like, for me, as someone who's, like, extremely analytical, it's just a huge can of worms. So it's just easier for me, like, not to engage. And it's nothing personal, it's just, like, easy. That's how it's easiest for me. I mean, maybe you could, like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of more, like, I would like to think that, like, people in my community could befriend each other, but, like, obviously, like, out of all the people in the community, you know more about me than anybody else, because it's not like they're the ones on the screen talking. But, like, it's like, how do I put this? Like, you want to also seek out relationships in general with people that, like, are on the same, like, you want to seek out people that, like, where there's no inherent, like, power imbalance. So what I mean by that, like, for example, like, obviously it's inappropriate when you're in school to, like, date your professor because, like, they have something over you, like, something like that, right? Like, you know, it's kind of inappropriate in my mind, in some sense. That's what's not inherently inappropriate, but, like, for example, like, trying to befriend a streamer, like, they, in a sense, they, like, you both kind of have, like, there's lots of conflicts of interest there. Like, for example, like, let me give you, like, let's say, like, that I become friends with a viewer, and I tell them something, like really personal, or we have a fight. They might decide that, like, they want to, like, tell the entire community, because that's how they originally met me. They knew me as a streamer, and they know I'm a streamer. Okay, yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't actually, like, out of all my friends, only one of them knows about, like, me. Like, only one of them knows my channel. Like, I keep my, like, personal life and my, like, streamer lives, like, very separate. For the most part, at least when it comes to, like friendships and viewers and stuff like that. I have a different mentality about all this, because, like, if it's a weird guy who no one want to hang out with, so being an adult on the internet, if you're not asking for friendships, you don't have any. Well, I don't, if I'm being real with you, I don't think, like, the internet is the place to look for friendships to begin with. I think if you, like, like, inherently, anything over the internet is not going to be as intimate as something you do in person. So, like, you know, like people often complain that, like, relationships, like, formed through the internet are extremely fleeting. Like, you might, like, play a game with each other, and then, like, you never talk to each other again after the first time you ever met. So, like, yeah, obviously it's not impossible, but it's, like, 10 times harder than making friends in person. So, like, if you genuinely want friends, I would say, like, my biggest advice to you would be to, like, I don't know, like, go put yourself in public spaces that have to do with your hobbies, and try to meet people that way. Like, even if, like, you think you're someone that, like, I guess, like, is a bit more awkward in person than in real life, it's still gonna be infinitely better. Like, the relationships you make IRL are gonna be infinitely more meaningful than any you make over the internet. And the great thing about, like, being a human is that you can get better. Like any skill you can improve on. Oh god, where was I going with that? But yeah, so like, yeah, it's like one of the number one things is that if you befriend a viewer or someone you find through streaming, you have to be like really careful, because like they become like in a sense, like you have to pick your friends wisely because they become a liability. Like, I don't want to like befriend a streamer and then like I find out they're like shit talking me on their Twitter or something stupid like that. You know, I generally like I've been pretty lucky that I haven't had any drama like that. But then again, I don't like seek it out. And then like, but that also goes both ways, right? Like, what if that viewer pisses me off and I decide I'm gonna go on stream and badmouth them, and like I just tell my whole community like all their business, like, you know, like that's like an inherent power imbalance that you hold over each other. And it's just not, like, in my opinion, that even being possible. It just makes it like kind of an inappropriate idea. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways. Like, okay, so like for example, me personally, something that I've been like enjoying recently is unfortunately, like in the city I live in, there's not a whole lot of like geek culture. Like, I live in like a relatively conservative place in the US, so like relatively speaking, there's not a whole lot of places for like gamers or like anime fans or stuff like that to meet up. But like even then, there are still places. Like, it's not like zero. And I think like as long as you don't live in the middle of nowhere, it's never gonna be zero. For example, I've been going to like this lately. I've been going to like this game shop to like sell stuff, and I like have learned all the names of all the employees. Now, I don't know if like I don't think I would consider any of them my friend at this point. Like, I definitely wouldn't, but like we're on friendly terms. Like, we know each other's names, and like, you know, we like talk, like we have like conversations and stuff. Like, you know, not that like I'm going there explicitly looking for friendship, but like that's like an opportunity if I like, you know, if I felt like I wanted to like get to know more about them, for example. So I would say like just, you know, think about the things that you enjoy doing, like the things that you can naturally talk, like discuss and conversate about, and put yourself in places to find like-minded people. Like, obviously easier said than done, and that also takes like a little bit, like that takes like an element of responsibility. Like, you kind of have to be if you really like, well, I'm of the opinion that like everything should be, for the most part, everything should be organic. Like, you don't like, I don't go to the game store looking for friends. But if it turns out I make one from the store, then like that's cool, right? But like that's not my objective. My objective is just to like do stuff there. Like, I think like you should approach life the same way. I think you should just live your life, but at the same time, like, put yourself in situations where you can meet new people. And I think if you're just like a likable person, it'll come naturally. Try doing my typing with this for the silent, and it's below my usual, so that's your indication you're tired. Okay, good night, yes, good night, thanks for hanging out. I don't know. I honestly don't have the best advice when it comes to making friends, because like I haven't made, like, in my mind, I haven't made like a real, like a new friend since like college. Or, okay, I guess not, no, that's not true. I guess since like a couple years ago. I would say, but like, yeah, to your point, like, you do have to have like let me give an example. Like, I met one of my friends in college through a mutual friend, and that's probably how you're gonna meet all your friends. Like, oftentimes, like, your first friend, you'll meet one of their friends, and you might actually like hit it off better with one of their friends than the first friend. Anyways, like, I saw this guy, like, there was this guy sitting next to me in one of my computer science classes, and I thought he looked chill, so I just started talking to him, and then, like, we became friends, basically. Like, you have to be, you know, some people are a lot more sociable in person, some people are a lot more sociable over the internet than they are in person. And, like, obviously that makes sense, right? Like, you don't have to look at someone in the face over the internet. But if you can, like, kind of carry forward that same energy IRL, you will, like, do very well by yourself, I think. But yeah, I think most likely, like all of my most recent friendships are just like friends of friends I've already had. What time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 3 a.m. How long have I been yapping? No, I've been yapping for 40 minutes. I want to stream for like an hour and a half, and then I'm probably gonna try to get back in the bed and see if I can fall asleep. Oh god, did you guys just hear me burp? I hope not. But like also like, I mean, like you probably know a lot more about me and my personality than I know about you, because like, if you think about it, like a streamer, right, is talking to like multiple people at the same time, but all the other people are only talking to like the one person for the most part. So like it's already like inherently like, I guess, not equal in that sense. I don't know. I would say, like, I don't know, just like live your life. Like, just do you, and then like you have to be like somewhat, like, you gotta have social skills. Like, you know, this is gonna sound taboo. Are you talking about me, Junkie? My peak WVM. I can probably type somewhere between like 70 and 80 accurately. I can get up to like 120 if I just like get lucky. I'm like, I don't know, I wish I was actually better at it, but I still type faster than like most people. But I know people who type way faster than me, and like while still maintaining accuracy. If you think about it, if you type faster, you literally just do stuff faster too. So like, typing fast is saving yourself time. It like pays dividends, I guess. Damn, when I put it like that, maybe I should invest time into like getting better at typing. Yo, it's like the swallowing ASMR. I wonder if I should go get breakfast or something. Probably not. I don't know. I don't think I'm hungry, but I could probably eat something. You guys ever get that feeling where you're like, oh, I'm not hungry right now, but I could definitely eat something if it was in front of me. I probably shouldn't do that, because I think that's how like you put on weight. When like you're eating out of boredom or for taste, and not because you're actually hungry. But then again, I think if I actually only ate when I was hungry, I'd actually be criminally underweight. Wait, what? Are you serious, Junkie? That's insane. Are you serious? Like, consistently? If you can like type like consistently at 100 with like high accuracy, that's like insane. Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you my peak. I have no idea. I don't remember. I just sat here and I breathed into the mic, that'd probably be good enough for you guys, right? Like, you guys don't even need to hear me whisper. I could just, like, do stuff like, I don't know, scratch my head and, like, drinks, like, Gatorade. That'd be ASMR. Or, like, I don't know, tap my hand. Like, when the mic is this sensitive, literally everything is ASMR. Even, like, again, I'm sure you guys can even hear me, like kind of leaning back in my chair, because it's making, like, a really subtle, squeaky noise. Yeah, hopefully, like, I try to appeal to the, I'm trying to appeal to both audiences. Oh, wait, I'm just now realizing I forgot to shade my character. I'm, like, way brighter against the background than I usually am. Whoops. Oh well. Oh well. It's too late. I could technically do it right now, but then it's gonna be, like, different for the other half of the stream. I don't want it to be inconsistent. Cause I'm so bright. I would say though, like, I think we all know this, that, like, making friends when you're an adult becomes infinitely harder, because like when you're in school, you have a reason to be around people. I think people, like, don't really I think people only kind of realize that after the fact, that, like, they kind of took school for granted. There's not many, if at all, like, things in your life that'll force you to have to be around people. Like, if you think about it, that's only, like, school and your job. So, like, that's why a lot of people, like, befriend their coworkers, right? Because, like, like, I'm also of the opinion, like, I forget what the theory's called, but if you spend enough time around someone, you're gonna like them, like, as long as they're not, like, a dick. You're gonna start liking them, just, like, through, like, the proximity effect. Like, it's like, there's, like, science behind it. Like, if you spend enough, like, if you're exposed to someone long enough, you're just naturally gonna start liking them. Again, like, if they're, like, not a dick. But yeah, like, I'm very, like, fortunate that like, I made like a good amount of friends. Thank you for, oh my god, thank you for the follow. Mayo Bayuki. Oh, I probably butchered that pronunciation. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think people kind of underappreciate, like, I'm very, very fortunate to say that, like, some of my closest friendships are, like, through people I met in high school and middle school, and, like, I still talk to them, like, on a daily to this day. I only really made, like, one close friend in college, but I was, like, not really trying to make friends in college, so, like, I'm pretty fortunate that I even, like, met that person. And then, like I said, like, in my adult life, my new friendships just happen to be, like, friends of friends, like, and they met in school. Like, wait, that's the other thing, like, going back to, like, the conversation about finding people that, like, are compatible with you. Like, obviously, the friends of your friends are the most likely people that aren't already your friends, that will be, like, share your same vibe, you know? Like, that's also why they say, like, you know, that's why a lot of people, like, they find their partner through a friend. So basically, when you're a kid, or, like, when you're in school, life, in a sense, is, like, kind of working for you. Like, when you're in school, you have like, an excuse to be around people. But once you graduate, not counting your job, you have to make an active effort to meet people. Like, that's the huge difference. Like, when you're a kid, you just meet people naturally every year, right? It just happens because it's part of your life. But, like, for example, like, I work from home, right? I've said this on stream before, but, like, if I wanted to, I could literally spend all my life inside my apartment. Like could, if I wanted to, I could just order all my groceries online, which I do, by the way. I don't really go grocery shopping a whole lot anymore, but if I wanted to, I could order all my groceries online. I work from home, so I don't actually have to ever be anywhere. And like, there's a guy, my apartment complex has a guy that comes by every day to like pick up our trash. So like, you know, if I made it an experiment to stay inside as long as possible, I could probably go pretty long without my apartment like looking like a mess. I mean, there are some things you can't really like, well, I think if I like really committed to it, I could probably stay inside my apartment for like years. But I think like that's something that I've also kind of like matured about. When I was younger, I was a lot more of like, I had a lot more of like a loner mindset. Like I was a lot more, I don't want to use the word antisocial, but I was a lot more against like going outside, and just like meeting people in general, because like I kind of just wanted to like, I don't know, I thought going outside was a chore, but like this isn't news to anyone, but like, you know, humans aren't meant to spend all their day inside a building. Like it's inherently not healthy for you, right? Like even if we just ignore like the social aspect, like for example, if you spend your entire day inside, your circadian rhythm is probably gonna get like wrecked, and your sleep schedule will probably be terrible. Like going outside and just getting sunlight, that's already pretty important. You know, and like getting exercise and stuff like that. But and another thing, and I'm speaking from experience, if you spend enough time inside, you start to forget what the real world is like. Like, I remember this one time while I was unemployed, I had been inside my apartment for like a couple weeks, which is a long time for me. Like just like stay inside. I very distinctly remember like when I went outside after those couple weeks, like the world seemed fake to me. I was like, like the colors seemed like too bright, and like I had forgotten what the world was like, and it seemed like in that moment, like walking outside felt surreal, and like I didn't like that. I thought that was like bad. You know, it's kind of like the same idea. Like if you don't talk long enough, you literally will forget how to talk. So like, the more time you spend inside, the harder you're gonna make it for yourself to like integrate with society. But anyways, like another thing that like kind of matured about is that like I realized like that like, you know, it's normal for you to want to seek out people. Like the human brain needs other people, right? Like we're social creatures. It's not normal to say that like you're gonna be alone for your entire life. Like even if like you like the idea of it in your head, your mind is not gonna like, you know, eventually your mind is gonna like fight against you. Even if you thought it was a good idea at first, you're naturally gonna like get lonely. So like as I've like grown up, I've realized like I need to like deliberately like, I need to make an active effort to go outside and like, you know, even though I still spend a lot more time inside on my computer than most people, I need to like remember how to like what the real world is like and how to like interact with society. Okay, like too long didn't read is like, I think people, especially on Twitch, they kind of, and I think it's actually a very, very like dangerous dynamic, not dynamic, a dangerous narrative. I think it's an unhealthy narrative. People on Twitch and people on the internet in general really romanticize, or I should say people like in like geek culture and nerd culture, but in particular, really romanticize like being a NEET or like like a shut-in, or like being like a failure or something like that. And like that's not I think we all know that's not something to be proud of, but like I don't think, like, I don't know, I just don't like that. It's become like an identity almost. Like people people identify with that, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think once you start seeing yourself as like weird or a social outcast, you're gonna like live up to your own perception of that. Like I don't think that's a good thing to like, I don't think that's a good way to like categorize it in your head. It's like kind of like, you know, the chicken, or not the chicken before the egg problem. But also, like, if you inherently think the world is unfair, you're probably gonna like be bitter about it. I don't know. I'm rambling. Oh, sorry, was that loud? I moved my mic, I'm sorry. I like moved the mic a little bit, I'm sorry, that was super loud. I definitely think, like, if you can, I think everyone should move out. Like, you know, I think everyone should strive to be, like, independent of anyone else in their lives. But, like, even just beyond that, I think when you do move out, that you do learn a lot of things about yourself and about the world that you probably not would have been able to, like, by being, like, coddled by, like, a caretaker. Like, in other words, mostly your parents, right? Like, even your parents give you some level of, like, social interaction. So, like, that's why, for example, that's why I realized that, like, I need to go outside, because once I moved out, like, I live in my apartment by myself. Like, I don't even have my parents to talk to when I'm lonely. So, like, it gets lonely really quickly. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what, maybe it's important that I go outside and talk to people. I don't know. But like, that all being said, you know, there's a balance to everything. Like, I also think though, like, that to a certain extent, you do want to be like independent, and like in the sense that like you want to be able to keep yourself busy and be happy with yourself. Like, you know, it's easy for me to say because I have friends, but you don't want to rely on other people for like most of your fulfillment should come from yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like, friends are important and they should give you fulfillment, but they should only make up like a fraction of that. Like, the vast majority of your like personal satisfaction, in my opinion, should come from like your own goals and objectives, and like you're like, oh god, my stomach's making so much noises. The vast majority of your satisfaction should be coming from like your own pursuit of happiness. Like for example, like something that I've been working on lately is like my side business, and that's something like I do completely by myself. It's only me. Or like, you know, a lot of people go to the gym. It's like things like that. Like, I think it's important to like have things that you're improving at, or things that you like to do by yourself that you can like use to like I don't know, find meaning in the world. But like, you can't, like, especially when you're an adult, like my friends, we rarely find time to hang out anymore, at least like in person, because we're all busy, right? When you and all your friends have full-time jobs, and you know, like, you all do the same other things. Like, you know, like all my friends, we all work out. And then, but like, you know, we're not all in the same time zones, and one of my friends is married, etc., etc. like once you reach that stage in your life, there's not gonna be a whole lot of time for you to like your free time is very rarely gonna overlap with the free time of like your friends. So it's very important that, like, especially as you get older, that you find things that you can do yourself that'll keep you busy and like keep you entertained. I'm like preaching to the choir, I think. Oh, my stomach keeps making weird noises. But also, generally speaking, people that initiate. Oh, I'm about to end the stream. I can't do this. This is too embarrassing. If my stomach rumbles like more, I'm gonna end the stream. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing. God, what was I gonna say? It's so embarrassing. Like, if you are someone that takes initiative, you will like do a lot better than like I don't know. It's very, very rare. Like, oh. What is? Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. No, I'm ending stream. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the stream. I swear to God. What is going on with my stomach? Yeah, like within the realm of people, like unfortunately, people that take initiative are are in the minority. Like, no one wants to like make the first move anymore. We all know that. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean like you ask someone to be your friend, but it's more like, for example, like just like being the first one to strike up a conversation. Like, people don't like being the approacher. Everyone likes being approached first. Like, if you take 10 people, like maybe one of them is like proactive and the other 9 aren't. Which is, I think that's really funny, because I remember as a kid, like, I don't even think I had this concept. Like when you're a kid, like, social interaction is so much more natural and organic. And then, like, when you get older, there's like all these social subtleties that get introduced that just like overcomplicate things. But yeah, obviously you'll make relationships a lot faster if you take the initiative and like try to, you have to be willing, like, and this is a skill, you have to be willing to go up to a complete stranger. Okay, maybe not like go up to them, but like you have to be willing to like talk to a complete stranger and be able to hold like a conversation with them. If the idea, like if that idea kind of freaks you out, then you probably should like work on your social skills. I've had this conversation before, that like the internet is a really good medium for like meeting people if you couldn't otherwise. Like, for example, if you're disabled, or like you live in like a really remote part of the world. But that all being said, like if you're like physically capable, you shouldn't use the internet as like a crutch. Like you don't, like I said, the less time you spend outside, the worse your social skills are gonna get in person. Like, you might be like the most social butterfly over the internet, but be like a total recluse in person. What do you guys think? How do I make friends? How does the felt? I mean, I don't really. The fox doesn't really get like. I'm pretty happy with the friends I have. The fox wants to meet. I want to find my wife. The felt needs to find his wife like yesterday. And that is something I could not give you advice on. I think I need advice about that. I'm kind of hoping she just falls into my lap and like asks me to be her husband. I don't know. I'm just kidding. group, and they put me on the wait list. And like, I think the lady told me that usually it takes like at least a couple weeks to get matched with a therapist. It's been a week, so I think I'm gonna like call tomorrow and check in. I kind of want to get started pretty soon because I only have like 4 months left in the year. Like to use my health insurance. Okay, like moving on from the discussion about like friendships and how to make friends. I was actually having a very interesting conversation with my friend about therapy. I don't know if anyone here has experience with therapy. I would love to hear like what if you thought it was useful or not. But one of my close friends, he was telling me about his experience with therapy because I've never actually had therapy before. And apparently, according to him, a lot of therapy is like useless. Like, he was telling me that a lot of his therapists would kind of just sit there and listen to him and not actually really give him like practical advice. Apparently, they're kind of, and it makes sense, they're kind of like restrained in the kind of advice they can give you. Yeah, he basically told me that like a lot of therapy is you're paying someone to listen to you and like sympathize with you. But like, that seemed like I think if you have friends, that's like already better than a therapist, because at least you know your friends are like genuinely like care about you. Whereas if you're paying a therapist, like you're paying them to care about you in a sense. That's like, if I go to therapy, I would have expected them to like give me like advice, like real, tangible advice. Maybe not necessarily to do with like my life circumstances, but like, I don't know. Like maybe my therapist would tell me when you get mad, like close your eyes and count to 10, like stuff like that. Like real techniques and like mental exercises that are based in like real science to like control my urges or something like that. I don't know. Like paying someone to just sit there and listen to me and like be sorry for me seems like a total scam. Like I have my friends for that. And I have you guys for that too. Why would I pay for therapy when I could just turn my stream on and trauma dump? One of the cool things about streaming at 3 a.m. is I get to meet people that I wouldn't meet otherwise. I get to meet Europeans and people on in the other continents other than North America. They're like a lot more likely to find my stream. Like, let's be real, this is like my normal stream time anyway, so it's not like this is like a one-off thing. Like, I'm almost certainly gonna stream again really late this week and next week and the week after that and the week after that. This is normal. I mean, I think so at this point. Maybe not like an everyday thing, but like in a given week, I'll probably stream at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. like at least once, right? Probably more than once. But yeah, but my friend did also tell me that like he agrees with that, like the sentiment that like you need to find the right therapist. Which, I mean, that to me, that sounds kind of scary because that implies that like some therapists are just better at their jobs than others, which is obviously true. But you would have thought that like all therapists have like a baseline competency. I guess another thing is like, when your job is to be empathetic, you probably want to seek out a therapist that like you think it has like a higher chance of being empathetic. Like, for example, hypothetically speaking, if I was like a woman and like I was really like, I wanted to talk about like, I don't know, like my struggles with like my career versus like raising a child, I don't think a male therapist would really understand that and be able to empathize with me. So like things like that, like you should probably seek out a therapist that like you kind of see a little bit of yourself in. I mean, the normal time to stream, but not when you usually do. I guess. I don't know, my streams are so sporadic that it's hard to say. Like, I stream anywhere from 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. Like obviously I think like, you know, the streams before midnight are a bit more common, but like not by a whole lot. I would stream during the day if I didn't have a job and I wasn't super busy all the time. God, that'll be the day. Maybe one of these days on a Saturday or a Sunday I'll stream at like 1 or 2 p.m. That'd be crazy. You pick psych as one of your course options. Oh, that's cool. I do think, okay, like, I think psychology, like, this is gonna sound kind of like pretentious, I think. I think psychology is one of like the best, like, one of the best classes you can take, because like you'll literally be understanding about like the pitfalls and by studying the human mind, you'll be learning more about yourself, right? Because you're a human, and you'll learn about like the fallacies and like thought process that like tend to like follow typical people. I think a lot of people actually do that. Like a lot of people take psychology because they want to learn more about themselves and their own thoughts. Like I thought my Psych 101 class I took in high school was extremely enlightening. But again, I don't want to sound like oh, I took one psychology class, now I understand humans. Like obviously it's a bit deeper than that, but like just by taking one class you'll be far ahead of like, you know, the average Joe. Don't call you out. Sorry. I think I might end stream. I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. It's, well, like maybe if I can like, we're almost at an hour and a half, so maybe I could just stall for another 20 minutes. Like I said, I could just sit here and like, you guys can listen to my stomach for the next 20 minutes. I can just make dummy noises. What do we think about that? Like that's technically, no, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I'm not gonna sit here and let my stomach, like if my stomach rumbles, I'm talking over it. Oh God, like, oh. I don't know if that's normal or not. Maybe like I ate something bad. I don't know. I don't feel bad, but like, I don't think your stomach is supposed to make a whole bunch of noises. Or maybe it does, but like we're never really paying attention to it. Let's see who's online. So I surprisingly have like 11 oomphies that did the stream this late. Yeah, like Boxy is online. We'll probably raid into her. If she's still, no, she streams really, really late. Your stomach just hurts quietly. Oh, that sounds terrible. I'm sorry. But I haven't really had that in a while. At least not like intensely, but also my diet is like a lot better than it was before. I don't really like, you know, like for example, I've been like infamously like spicy food tends to upset your stomach. Like my entire life I've never really cared about what I ate relative to like how I think it would make me feel later. Like I would eat stuff and not think about the consequences. But like obviously as you get older your stomach becomes more sensitive. You can't just eat whatever. Or you can, but like you'll feel very real like consequences. And I'm starting to realize that my stomach is actually like a lot more sensitive than most people's. Like I have to be like kind of picky about, like, if I don't want to like cause myself any pain, I have to be kind of picky about what I can eat. the other thing, like, I'm almost kind of afraid that, like, when I go to therapy, they're probably gonna give me like the personality test or whatever it is that like diagnoses all your symptoms or whatever. I'm kind of scared that they're gonna tell me I have something I didn't even think I have. They're gonna be like, Val, you have ADHD and you're also a schizo. And I'm like, no. I don't think, like, I've thought a lot about myself. Like, I've done a lot of introspection, so I don't think there's a single thing they could tell me that would, like, surprise me. But if there is, it's probably gonna be very shocking. Anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, food. I like food. Again, I don't recommend, or I thought the Chick-fil-A waffle sandwich was mid. I thought, like, but they also didn't give me enough syrup. I think you'd only be scared if you're trying to hide it. I guess that's fair. I guess for a lot of people it's actually, like, very vindicating. Like, for a lot of people I imagine it's very relieving to finally understand, like, what's wrong with them. But, like, again, I think I have a pretty clear idea of what I could possibly have. Okay. I'm not even really tired, honestly. Like, I kind of expected to be, like, I think by, like, 4:30, my body will start getting tired again. I think. And then, I don't know. Like I said, I need to wake up, and I need to go to the post office, and I think I'm gonna go to Target and buy some groceries. I need to, like, buy the food I'm gonna cook for today. Maybe I'll get some breakfast. Maybe. I mean, technically I could go right now, but it's freaking 3:30, so there's not a whole lot open at 3:30. At least, like, places that are serving breakfast food. I need to check my schedule for tomorrow. God, I hate work. Oh, okay. Two things that have been on my mind lately. Like, just to reiterate that, like, we should all be grateful. If anyone that has a job should to some extent be grateful. Like, two of the ASMR streamers I watch. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, as I was saying, like, one of the ASMR streamers I watch, like, she hasn't been able to find a job, so she's literally having to move out of her apartment and moving with her friend, and that sounds, like, incredibly scary. Another ASMR streamer I watch, like, she dropped out of high school, and, like her income is also, like, pretty, like, I assume it's pretty inconsistent, but, like, anyone with a job should be grateful. Because there are certainly a lot of people, like, that I see every day that would kill for any kind of gainful employment. Where was I going with that? What was the second thing I wanted to talk about? I don't know, I'm blanking. There was something else I wanted to say about jobs. A streamer I watch went through that once. I think he's doing better. Oh, that's good to hear. Fortunately, I think I have a number of friends that, like, if I was down on my luck, like, that they would let me stay with them. Like, I'm confident I could name at least, like, 3 people. At least 3 people that would let me, like, maybe even 4 people that would let me, like, sleep on their couch if I, like, for some reason tomorrow lost everything to my name. So that's good. I would feel really bad about it though. Like I would try my best to like get a job as soon as possible, because I really, as you guys know, I don't like relying on people, which is probably that's also like probably one of the things I need to go to therapy about. Yeah, the job market is, I don't know. Oh, okay. So one of the streamers I forgot. She was talking. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. She was talking about how like the one field that like always seems to have demand is like caretaking. Like any job to do with like taking care of someone. Apparently, like, I mean, that kind of makes sense, because she was like talking about how, like, you know, most people don't want to do it, and that's kind of why like nursing, for example, is like always in demand. I think she meant more so like those jobs where you go to like elderly people's homes and like, you know, like cook food for them and stuff like that, and like keep them company, like basically being a caretaker. I mean, I could probably do it, but I don't think I do a good job at it. I can barely take care of myself, let alone like someone that like actually needs help. And I also don't think I'd make very interesting company. I feel like, so, sir, did you watch the latest episode of Family Guy? Like, I'm not very, like, I think I'm, like, somewhat tactful, but I'm not good at, like, I'm not good at, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know the term for it, but, like, for example, like, when kids talk to me, I talk to them, like, in a complete, like, the way I would talk to an adult, or, like, when, like, generally speaking, when I'm talking to a stranger, I'm probably talking to them a bit more bluntly than, like, you probably should. Like, my social skills aren't terrible by any means, but like, you guys know what I mean? Like, you know the way that you're supposed to act when you're talking to someone you don't know, like the kind of like the courtesy like mode you enter. I think I'm pretty bad at that compared to most people. Like I said, like, I'm tactful. Like, I think I'm like tactful enough to be successful in life, but like I'm not nearly as good as, like, you know, a lot of people. Hi, Bana, hello. I'm sorry you're catching the tail end of the stream. This vlog is going to, well, I don't think I'm going to bed, but I'm gonna end stream soon. Good morning. Oh, what time is it for you? Good morning. I guess it is technically good morning here too. It's just the sun isn't out, so it doesn't feel like it. It's still pitch black outside. Oh, I forgot. You're European. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are not being okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at caretaking jobs near me out of curiosity. I don't imagine. Wow. Caretaking jobs don't pay anything that's surprising. I mean, I thought they'd actually pay pretty reasonably well. This is terrible. These caretaking jobs, like in-home caregiver, pays like, in my area, it pays $13 to $20 an hour. That's actually like terrible. Like, that's the same amount of money you earn like working at like Walmart. And at Walmart, you don't have to take care of another human being. That wise, I guess like the job must not be like too terribly complicated, but like, you would have thought for a job with that much responsibility, you would make a lot more than $13 an hour. Oh my god. Oh, like this, yeah, this doesn't sound like easy. Like, assist clients with daily errands, bathing, dressing, toileting. Oh, that sounds like really difficult, actually. cook their food, obviously, help them take medication, provide companionship. This sounds a lot more than, like, this sounds like it should cost a lot more than $13 an hour if I have to help someone use the restroom. Then, like, what if the person you're, like, taking care of, like, starts to, like, you know, like, obviously they're gonna start to like you and get attached to you. Then one day, like, you know, you could quit your job at any time. Like, that would kind of suck for them. Oh, I guess at the streamer's point, though, they were right. Like, there's, like, when I looked it up in my area, there's a crap ton of, like, caretaker jobs. Okay. Wow. I think I'm gonna end stream. We gotta go find someone to raid. Ah, thank you for the headphones. Hello, Moni. Oh, did you just get here? Did you just get here? I'm sorry, I'm ending stream. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on, wait. I need to stalk everyone in the chat. Get stalked, get stalked. Okay. Next stream, I'm gonna commit to it. Next stream, I'm whipping out the 3DO, I promise. I promise I'm gonna whip out the 3DO, I swear to God. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get all lotioned up for you guys. Okay. I did, but it's okay. Well, thanks for stopping by anyway. I appreciate you. Oh my God, what is playing? My Open Days channel. Okay, does anyone have any closing thoughts? Anyone, before we go? This is your chance to ask me for free advice. Like, I usually charge people $1 million per consultation, but if anyone has anything on their mind that they would like to share, now is the time. I'll give you my expert felt opinion. Can I have a bottle of water? Oh. I mean, like, if I could give you one, I would. Well, actually, I don't. No, you don't hear Tommy. You don't hear nothing. You hear nothing. Okay, actually, I couldn't give you water if I wanted to, Fauna, because I drink tap water. I don't keep bottled water in my apartment. I solely drink tap water. I keep waking up at 3 a.m. to 4:50 a.m. not tired when I wake. I'm sorry, Alex. I don't know how to fix that. In fact, if you find a solution to that, please let me know. Please let me know, because I desperately need the solution too. I would ideally not like to have to take sleep meds. I'm trying to avoid taking sleep meds. Okay. Alright, we're gonna say our goodbyes. Everyone speak now or forever hold your tongue. Goodbye, JRO. Goodbye, Alex Bunny. Goodbye, Fauna. Goodbye, Monty. Money. Which one is it? Goodbye, Junkie. I thought it was Monty. Which you gotta like tell me which pronunciation is the correct one. Monty. Okay, good. Bye, Junkie. Good night. Good night, anyone else lurking. I appreciate all the lurkers. Okay, tomorrow tomorrow should be a pretty normal day for me. Like, tomorrow should be exceedingly normal. So I should be able to stream at like a somewhat, like, probably at like 11 p.m. or midnight my time, Central Time. The felt is gonna try to like do like, you know, get back into having a healthy lifestyle. The felt wants to go to the grocery store, cook his own food, exercise, and be productive at work. If I can do all, and go to sleep at a reasonable time, if I can do all 5 of those things, then I'm winning at life. Okay, we're gonna rate the cutie Boxia. Alright, we're gonna do the outro and then I'm rating her. Have a good day, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Do you guys like that? Do you like the kiss? Do you like my kisses? I think my kisses are pretty great, me personally. I think they're pretty awesome. I don't think you can get them better anywhere else. Okay, bye. We're already Foxy. Bye. Use the right message because it makes me look cool. I'll see you guys later tomorrow. Give another. I got you. Just for you. You got two. I'm feeling generous. Okay, bye. I'm going to the outro screen. Bye.